Hello everyone, this is 2017 Easter. Keza and the Ostards versus Easter Bunny and Fluffy. This year I thought it was going to be a little bit more difficult than last year, but it actually turned out to be a bit easier than I thought. I was expecting just complete death, but I actually figured out a few tricks that made it quite manageable in the long run, and just some things in the short run to make it survivable, so here we go. For my first few fights, I used kind of a hit-and-run strategy. I got Fluffy to be summoned ahead of time so I could target him separately. Not doing this, I think, can be a mistake because if you attack the Easter Bunny head-on, he'll summon Fluffy and automatically it attacks the nearest player from what I've seen. Could be wrong, but seems to always go straight after me when I attack the Easter Bunny, so I try to get him out separately and then target him so I can just solo Fluffy and not worry about the Easter Bunny so much. This will also make healing a lot easier if you're using pets because you won't have to worry about damage incoming from two mobs. You just focus on healing one thing at a time. Also, if he's away from the bunny, he's going to continually get summoned back to him, and in between the time when he gets back and then you either go back and attack him or he comes running back at you, you have a little bit more time to heal. Now this is just a recording of the first fight I tried with him. It took about 7 minutes, which is quite a while in my opinion, especially if you're trying to farm these things for eggs or anything. But yeah, 7 minutes, you should be able to do it much faster with dragons especially, because you shouldn't be needing to hit and run so much. I was just doing this to ensure that I would actually, have a chance to kill him. I wasn't sure how it would go. Alright, so once Fluffy is dead, the Easter Bunny pretty much goes down on its own. I barely even have to heal for it. So I definitely recommend for this year's round taking out Fluffy first, getting him out ahead of time, so you don't have to worry about targeting once he comes up. It'll just make the whole fight a lot easier. The way I'm doing it, I'm actually not showing it in the recording here, I'll show it in the next one, but I just use a Blade Spirit ahead of time on the Easter Bunny. It always makes him summon Fluffy, and then you just don't have to worry about that. Alright, so I'm not going to go through another regular speed recording again, but just so you guys get the idea of the whole process, it's just the Blade Spirit, getting the Fluffy to be targeted, and then separating him from the bunny so you can whittle him down as he teleports back and forth between the rabbit and then coming after you if you're at the right range. Still losing Ostards doing this process here, but they're quickly rezzed in between, and then once he's dead you can res up all your tames if you using multiple tames and go after the bunny. So pretty simple. That fight took about 5 minutes, about 2 less than the first one I tried. Being closer to the bunny definitely helps if you're going to try to kite them and keep them separate so you can focus on healing just one thing at a time or taking a little bit less damage throughout the fight. Definitely a good strategy is to try to, kite that Fluffy away from the bunny as much as you can and have that extra healing time when he's going back and forth. But a lot of people aren't going to want to use up all that time when they could be killing more things, more bunnies, or finding more eggs, so they just go at it head on like this. Didn't go super well for me, but I still won in the end. That fight there took about 3 minutes, so more practical for farming a boss in terms of wasting your time with these kind of tames. But it's not a complete waste. The single slot tame thing can be effective in the right situation. I don't know about using them to farm Fluffy constantly. I'll definitely use it a few more times just for fun. But I mean, if you don't know what you're doing with single slot tames, most players will get frustrated. They'll get trapped constantly, just like this. And if you don't understand how mobs aggro with their placement really well, and how to place yourself and which mob you want, or which tame you want to be healing and all that stuff, it's very complicated, and a lot of players don't really have the patience to learn how to fight in this manner. But with all that said, this fight did only take about 1:40 to complete, and it was successful. I don't know if you're going to get a similar time with dragons and a mare. I do know that once the dragons and mare have done their initial burst with fire breath and start weaning down their own mana pools, the DPS of these 8 Ostards is actually going to surpass them by quite a bit in the long run, as much as 2 times the damage. So if you can get a fight done in under 1:40, kudos to you. Alright, I'm sure you guys have seen enough, but for those of you who came here just to see me get killed epically by these things, this one's for you. Alright, so it wasn't a 100% failure, but about 10 pet deaths in a fight that took over 10 minutes I find pretty atrocious, so I hope you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching.